we ask, give 3 or more one-word definitions of the word grace. The overwhelming response was salvation. I agree. We are saved by grace and only by grace, and we can never earn it, right? I agree. Number 2 answer was forgiveness of sins. I agree. The grace of God is what forgives our sins. Thank God for his grace. All of us say thank God. Number 3, a free unmerited gift. Absolutely true. It's a free unmerited gift. The 4th response was the love of God. I agree. Here's the tragedy. Only 2%, and the actual figure was 1.9% of those over 5,000 that were polled said that grace was God's empowerment. Or only 2% of them equated grace with power. Okay, now here Peter does it right here. May more and more be grace given to you by his divine power. Okay, let's look at God's definition of grace. All right, God says to the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians 12:9, my grace is all you need for my power. Oh, wait a minute. God just said, my power is grace. My grace is all you need for my power. Works best in your weakness or your human inability. So here's the aspect of grace that most Christians don't understand. Grace is God's empowerment on my life that gives me the ability to go beyond my natural ability. Now, this is why it's so important. As we read Peter, listen to what we're reading. By his divine power, that's grace, God has given us everything. Now, that word everything in the Greek means totality of what's being discussed. God has given us everything, everybody listen to this, we need for living a godly life. Now, let's just stop right there. What's the biggest struggle a lot of Christians have today in the United States?
Living a godly life.
Why?
Well, they don't know how to connect the dots. Like most of them are trying to do it in their own ability.
Yes.
And not relying on grace.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, not relying on grace.
Okay.
And my question too around this is why? Like, why is it that there's so many Christians that are trying to do these things of living godly in their own ability? Like, why do you feel like people don't know about this?
Because, okay, how will they believe if they're not told? So Paul asked that question. How will they hear if there isn't a proclaimer? Right? Okay. If we tell people, this is what we've done in Western Christianity. We've told grace saves, grace forgives our sins, grace is a free gift. We've emphasized that. I'm so glad we have because it's all 100% true. But if we don't tell people that grace empowers me, it empowers me with dunamis, God's divine power. Now, all of a sudden, I'm still living in my own ability. And this is why we can't have anything from heaven unless we believe, and we can't believe what we don't know. Everything in the kingdom has to come through faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Faith is believing. How can we believe something we don't know? So if all I see grace as
those 3 areas.
Those 3 areas.
Which is 3 major. Like you can't emphasize that enough.
Major, right? I'm not getting the benefit of the divine empowerment.
Which is how Jesus presents it.